So you know what I don't like a lot in D&D?
What's that?
Power building.
Power building? Yeah. There's certain power builders that I just can't stand. It depends how you do it.
Well, okay, let me rephrase a little bit. I enjoy power building when it is approved or intentional among a group effort, or your DM is said hey guys, I'm making a really stupid one shot with some really powerful stuff I want you to power build, and I want to see if you can survive. Versus when everybody's starting a new campaign for fun, and then you have the one guy that's I made the most overpowered build ever because it's super meta and I can murder everything in my pathway. And
I made an undefeatable Super Saiyan.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one of those sorts of things. It's fun to power build to see what you can come up with, but if you're playing a game of D&D or in a new campaign and it's supposed to be a fun campaign and not oh, I want to be better than everybody else type campaign, then I just feel power building is why are you doing that? Go play a video game. I
understand. I agree.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I feel if you want to power build just to be the strongest person in the world, then go play Skyrim or something.
Yeah, I agree. I found a lot of the time when I'm playing with especially people that are new to the game, they have this anime character or this Marvel DC character, some type of superhero that they have in their head, and they're like, that's who I want to be in D&D. And I'm like, that's awesome. You will be that guy by level 20.
Yes.
If you're level 1 and yeah, your dad was God and that's pretty cool, and you're working through that with your warlock powers and talking to dad and all that, that's great. You're still a kid, man.
Yeah,
you're level 1.
You
have 6 hit points.
You are still a step above an adventurer or an NPC. Chill out, David. Relax. You're fine.
Yeah, you want to send people to hell? Give me a couple sessions.
Yeah, work
to have a reason.
Prove that you're worthy to have these new powers that you want so bad, rather than just
you shouldn't be that powerful right out the gate. Or you should play a different game.
Yeah, because it's a role playing game. The whole point of a lot of role playing games is the progression. It's about the story and about how you get from one end to another, not just immediately starting out as all powerful and just ridiculous.
I know when you come from level 1 to 15 or 20 or whatever, you really appreciate those powers more than if you create a character that's already that level.
Just have it, yeah. I mean, and I'll be honest too, it's fun when we do those goofy one shots where we both done them. Me and you've said hey, we're doing this stupid one shot. It's stupid strong. Power build the shit to your characters. I want to see if you can survive. Those are fun because you can see that those are moments where it's that's really fun. I want to see what kind of just ridiculous broken shit you can come up with. And it's cool, but it's still not as enjoyable or I guess satisfying as going through an entire adventure and then getting those powers over months and months of playing the game. You know, just one of those things.
Yeah, it's good to be able to earn those things and not just mess with them together. When somebody power builds, and I take multi-classing definitely into account when I'm talking about power building.
I was about to touch on that too. Yep.
Oh, yep. You know it.
Yep.
So when it's natural, it's a lot of fun where you're hey, we ran into a wizard.
I was inspired
I'm gonna
by
take a level in wizard.
Yeah,
yay, wizard.
Because it just makes sense. I hate when people gain a level in something and they just decide to take a level in a specific class just because they're gonna get a certain feat or an ability, just for that reason, because it's gonna make them stronger. When there's no sort of in-depth story reason or a background reason or anything for your character to take a level in warlock, then it just doesn't really have a lot of ground to stand on in the storytelling basis, I guess. That's why I appreciate whenever we play any of our campaigns, whenever one of our characters want to multi-class into anything, there's usually a reason why they want to, something that happened in the story that makes them want to multi-class, rather than just you know what, I would really like to have Eldritch Blast now, so I'm gonna multi-class into Warlock at level 10 for no reason. Oh, who's your patron gonna be? I don't know, you can pick one for me, I haven't talked to anybody. Then why would you become a part Warlock? Just for the Eldritch Blast? Come on now. I don't know.
I don't like stuff like that. Make it fun. Keep it interesting.
I think it should be. I've multi-classed into stuff that I didn't even want to play as before, only because it made sense for the character.
It just made sense.
Yeah, it just did. And
it
was cool.
Done that.
Because, and then also too, like, it really takes you out of that comfort zone too of playing something you're not used to. Sometimes it's fun to play something you're not really used to all the time, because then you have like a new appreciation for whatever the class might be. For example, like, I don't play a lot of clerics, but one time, you know, I think I rolled randomly actually to play a cleric one time, and I loved it because it was a lot of fun. So same thing with like multi-classing into stuff. You know, sometimes I've multi-classed into things that didn't make sense, like, to me, because I wasn't the biggest fan of that class, but for my character in the moment and what happened in the campaign, it just made sense to multi-class into that. And then you get a new appreciation for different combinations and different sorts of multi-classing and like builds and stuff when you're kind of doing it more naturally rather than just to be really meta.
Yeah, and that's another big thing about power gaming is everybody having fun. Sometimes you'll be power gaming and it's just like a play around, screw around game, and it's a blast. Everybody's having fun. And then there's obviously other times where everybody, you know, spends a week or a couple days talking to their DM, trying to make that perfect character with a relevant plot and background, and you know, the entire thing. And then someone's just like, oh, ho, ho, I'm the Hulk. I'm going to smash this building that your family's from. And then it's just like, well, now somebody on the team or somebody on the table is not having fun anymore. And now what you're doing is just making it unenjoyable for other people.
Yeah. Now, if on the flip side, like, if the rest of the table, if you have like your session 0 and the rest of the table is like, we all want to power build and build just stupid shit, and you as the DM are like, all right, hey, I'm cool with it. I'm just going to make the encounters really strong, really hard. You guys are going to power build the crap out of this game. That's fine, because we're all going to have fun doing it. But a majority of the time, a lot of people I play with, they really just want to have a lot of fun and play fun characters rather than I'm Goku, Super Saiyan 4 at level 1, you know? Like why? Like, dude, just, you're a level 1 fighter. Like,
relax.
First of all, like, relax. But I've seen people make stupid shit, like, you know, because a lot of campaigns start like level 1 or like a level 3, and you can tell immediately when somebody is like even at level 1 trying to optimize their character for just like brokenness, and it's like, why are you doing that? Why?
Right.
Why? I've seen that done a million times. Did you go to the internet and find that build too? No. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Yes, you absolutely did.
I can always tell. I forget which one it was, but I was playing, or I was DMing for you guys. Remember when y'all were really small because you got shrunk going into that house, and that was the challenge, was that you guys were small. And one of the guys that we had playing with us, he was like, well, I'm sort of like a wind warrior. I work with like a fighter, but I can also control the elements, and I can shoot them like magic missiles, and I can fly if I get a running start. And by the end of his shit, I was like, okay, you're definitely going to run into something that you don't want to run into now, because you have been found ridiculous, and now I have to kill you.
I think the thing that I've also noticed, or the struggle I've seen with a lot of people that try to power build things too, is they work on optimizing a character for strength and abilities, but oftentimes a lot of meta and overly powerful power build characters, they're kind of complicated to run sometimes too. I've seen a lot of people also like power build these like really in-depth characters that can do all this crazy shit, but then when it comes time to like do combat or like anything else, there's so much they can do, they don't know how to manage and balance all of it, and their turns take forever, it slows everything down. And that's also one of those things that's kind of unenjoyable. Now, again, you know, there's always the flip side of maybe you're used to power building and your entire party is used to doing this, and it's a lot of fun. It's what you want to do, and you're all veteran D&D players, and you know everything down to a T, and it doesn't matter what you run, and you can run a power build like there's no tomorrow and not slow the game down. Then sure, as long as everybody's having fun. But I don't know. I've seen a lot of people power build that results in a lot of people getting like really annoyed or just slowing the game down, and a lot of people not having fun. So
you also got to look at why somebody is power building. Like, is that person power building because they've been playing for a long time and they're bored and you need to help switch something up for them? Or are they power building because they want the attention? And either way, as a DM, you have to deal with those two different players.
That's true.
In two different ways. Because if they just need attention, well, then you can help rope them back into a normal character and then give them something in the game that can help them express their feelings and get some of that out.
It's okay some to want some attention. Yeah, it's okay to want some attention like RPGs and stuff. That's the entire point. You're role-playing as a character. You want to engulf yourself in this character. So it's okay to want that attention, but you can get it without needing to be Superman.
Yeah, sometimes it's more fun to be, even if you're not strong, I like in TV shows or movies that I watch, like the clumsy, silly character that everybody's like, oh, that guy's a blah blah blah, that guy's a nothing, that guy's boring, and then
they become a hero, and it's satisfying. It's cool. Hero. It's fun. Yeah. I love that. It
makes it way more realistic.
Way more than power building, because it makes you feel like you've earned it, like we said earlier in the video. So, yeah, I think those are some quick thoughts on power building. We're trying some new videos out over here, just trying to get some stuff out, some new forms of content. Me and Steak want to do more videos together, so that way I'm not bashing my head off the wall doing skits all the time, and we're doing more things we want to do.
The shorts get old.
Yeah, the shorts are fun, but I want to start doing some more informative content and putting our opinions out there and talking about D&D and stuff like we want to. Before we end this real quick, Steak, what is your favorite power build, though? Because since we hate power building and love it at the same time, I know you have your favorite kind of power build, and I have one or two that I also like. What's your favorite?
My favorite power build. Wow, we didn't plan this at all.
No.
All right, live. Favorite power build. You have a meat grinder I gotta go through. So I'm gonna play a hill dwarf.
Okay.
Barbarian, Path of the Totem, bear all the way. Toughness as a feat, and I'm gonna stack nothing but hit points. 20 in Constitution, regardless of anything else. And I'm just going to have 300 hit points and be invincible to everything. Yep.
And I knew that was going to be your power build. No,
that's what I like.
Because you build so many characters like that. Mine's a little flip side reverse. There's two that I can kind of come up with, but kind of both in the same realm of like how they're built. One is the Coffee Lock. The Coffee Lock's just stupid. Shooting 8 Eldritch Blast a turn is insane. One of my more favorites recently, though, has been the Artificer Wizard. Take 2 levels in Artificer and the rest in Wizard. That way you can have a heavy armor and also have a shield. Take the Warcaster feat and the tough feat, and make yourself a tough wizard that can wear plate armor, hold a shield, and high concentration. Yeah.
Yes.
So much fun. Yeah, you take the 2 levels in Artificer. That way you get the infusion, so you can also give yourself a +1 to your armor, a magic weapon, at level 2, and then you get your cool spells. So you're an Artificer that's spell slinging with all the levels in Wizard. Can be a lot of fun, however, it is kind of meta. It just is. So you're like,
I know what I want. I want to play an Assassin Paladin that is.
We have very similar opinions.
I've thought about it. I've thought it out, and it has to be an assassin that has been trained by the Roman Catholic Church to go out and face monsters that the church has deemed unfitting to roll on Jesus Christ's earth. Amen. And I think that if you told the player, like, hey, I'm going to allow you to create this, your character will play as your alignment, or you will lose your paladin abilities.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah,
I think it's fair.
I think doing an assassin or like a rogue paladin needs to be done right for the RP reasons. But if you can, for example, like that, then that sounds very like Assassin's Creed-y, like to me. Kinda.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, everybody, that's power building. I hope you enjoyed these quick little 10-15 minute discussion videos Steak and I are doing. We're going to try to do one every week. What are your thoughts on power building? Do you like power building? Do you dislike power building? What's your favorite power build that you have done before or seen before? Or maybe one that you want to try? And let us know down in the comments. So, anything else, Steak?
No, I think I feel pretty good about that. If you're a power gamer out there, we have nothing but love for you. Just make sure you're in the right spot to be that powerful.
I think that's a fair assessment. I think that's fair. So, all right, everybody, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you next time over here on the Cantrell Cast. Goodbye, everybody.